I've spent my whole life working in IT, from the simplest to the most complex things. I want to share with you a story about how I discovered the Scrum and how it all started for me. A little over 10 years ago, I started working on a large project in the Waterfall methodology. When I now think about the mistakes that we made, well, one of them was that we've been working on this project for too long, and it felt like it's never going to end. People become dissatisfied or left the project. We waited a very long time to see something that was developed, or sometimes we haven't seen it at all. I immediately recognized that one of the reasons for that was the project management method itself. We call it Waterfall methodology or traditional way of project management. I started to analyze 5 hard disadvantages of Waterfall methodology. First one is almost no room to change if something unexpected occurs during a project. And on all large projects, something will need to be changed. The Waterfall model focuses on the internal process of the work instead of looking at the end user who gets involved with the project. Number 3, it delays testing until after the completion of development. The traditional method makes it 4 steps out of 6. Since the project is likely to take a considerable amount of time to complete at this stage, any adverse results could trigger the need for significant revision. Longer delivery times, because every phase requires 100% completion of all tasks, documentation before transitioning to the next step. Working products are not available until the latest stages of a project, and other reasons. And then I found that something different, something better actually existed, but at that time it was not yet so widespread, and today's name is Scrum Framework. And here is the cool part. The Scrum Guide 2020 is only 14 pages long. I love it. You can find it in this video, below this video. It provides ability to develop products quickly with flexibility and above all competitivity. We are talking about improved planning and establishing a series of steps that help avoid wasting time and eliminate all types of waste. Scrum Framework provides improved results by including all team members with stakeholders, the way that everyone is doing their part. You achieve better results because everyone is on the same page to get the job done. Second thing is satisfied users. Users must be taken care of. Users must be included in the product development from the beginning. And one more thing that leads to the satisfied users. If you want to do something, do it from the first attempt and with the highest possible quality. And if you provide your results to customers more quickly, then they will be much happier too. Motivate workers. Each of the team members feel like they are an important part of that team and company. Lower costs. Not only do you avoid hiring more people, but you also minimize the possibility of failure and mistakes because everyone knows what to do. Open to changes that inevitably occur. Now let me explain how this works. Scrum projects welcome changes by using short iterative sprints that incorporate customer feedback on each sprint's deliverables. And this enables the customers to regularly interact with the Scrum team members, view deliverables as they are ready, and change requirements if needed earlier in the sprint. It's simple as that. And that all felt so good for me. This is something that I've been missing on our project, okay? And I just can't believe why this amazing way of working hasn't completely replaced the traditional way of project management. I guess one of the problems was that lack of experts on this field, but today there is a huge demand for these roles. So what I did do, I found out which are the most famous world authorities in this field that provide certification. And I completed the preparation for the Scrum certification in record time. I got certified for Scrum Master and Product Owner. But I didn't stop there. I launched and actively participated in several startups in which we implemented Scrum techniques and strategies. And those projects were very successful, and some are still active. I met a lot of people with whom I discussed about project management, and I realized that they all had same or similar problem that I had. I tried to explain to them what is the solution to the problem and to help them to find this solution. And by helping others, I learned the main purposes of Scrum and all roles and responsibilities in Scrum. I've also learned to help everyone to understand Scrum theory, practices, rules, and values. And not only that, by helping others, I've mastered coaching, how to host meetings, how to assist product owner and developers, and how to remove impediments, how to write user requirements, how to deal with difficult team members, and so much more. The younger colleagues generally accepted my suggestions and started to implement Scrum practices, while older traditional product managers still had certain barriers with Scrum, and I think that one of the reasons was their fear of change or the loss of the authority they were used to. Or they are thinking that the Waterfall model is straightforward and streamlined approach to development, and because of this, it is unreplaceable. But they could not understand that breaking down those barriers, and those barriers that already cost them too much in their lives. Now, working in a Scrum team is fun, but also challenging. I constantly improve my work and my life using Scrum. And now the question arises, why did I decide to teach Scrum? Now, this epiphany came when I realized that it would be good to pack all this acquired knowledge into one excellent online course. On the other hand, a new challenge appeared, which took me out of my comfort zone, and that was me as an online teacher. Somewhere deep inside me, there was that desire. Yes, I wanted to become an online teacher because the role is the one that I'm extremely passionate about. But I didn't feel quite like an expert enough to teach, and I was scared to death to do some things more publicly. I was scared to take media. What if I get embarrassed, and so on and so forth. Luckily, my passion was stronger than my fears, and I kept going. It's much easier these days to take control of your own career path and to work for yourself by helping others to become successful. Being an online teacher allows me to make a positive difference daily, along with the job satisfaction from helping people, because I'm training students to achieve their objectives and to make them more competitive in the job market. So I've decided to create the Agile and Scrum Masterclass to show the world how I work with Scrum now. So here is the funny part. First, Scrum was a solution, and if you recall my waterfall story from the beginning of the video, then it was a problem I struggled with, because I didn't know how to handle all these Scrum processes until I found these secret formulas. And then it's all changed for me. And that's how it all started for me. Are you aware how valuable this masterclass is? Because I will explain all these years of my work compressed into hours. Now, what do you think is the real value of compressed 10 years of knowledge into one single course? 10 years of problems, failures, and successes. How much is the real value of that knowledge? If I only had this Agile at Scrum Masterclass when I was starting, that would be great. Every module is designed to build upon. Every module has its meaning and purpose. So please, if you are all in for Scrum career, take time. Do not rush. Do not skip any modules or lectures, because if you skip some of them, you will not get the most out of this course. And I want you to be 100% prepared, not just for Scrum certification, because this is just the beginning. I want you to become successful and ready for real-life Scrum implementation. If you're brand new to Scrum, I have a couple more things I want to share with you. First one, don't let fear of this new career be the dominant emotion. You say, okay, I love this career path, my excitement is telling me that I should do it, but my fear is telling me what could happen. I cannot do this. You are not good for this. I'm afraid of this new career switch. Don't let fear be a decision-making factor for you, because you can do this even if you haven't done anything like this before. I was scared before I created this course. So back then, what if I said, oh, creating a course is scary, I'm not going to do it. Then you wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be able to serve you, and maybe you wouldn't choose this career path. So if you have such feelings right now, I want you to work on and to move to the next step, which is to acknowledge the fear and write them down. Okay, this is my fear of what could happen. Why am I afraid? Acknowledge it, but don't beat yourself up. Second thing, if you're brand new to Scrum, after this masterclass, you will go like, wow, I could do that, right? I will also show you how to elegantly serve. I will show you strategies that no Scrum Master would dare to tell you. But we will go slowly and step by step. And I will give you all the credit in the world. But to work in Scrum, you have to be passionate about Agile and investigator, and to be open-minded, because we will have the opportunity to see what's possible and see the potential that traditional product managers could only dream of. That means that you will have gained new capabilities, and then you got to take a new uncomfortable action. But you don't have to do it alone, because I will be there to serve you. And that's why I'm so happy that you are here with me today. Okay, this is it. I hope you liked my story. And yes, one more thing. I'm not saying that techniques and strategies that I'm about to show you in this masterclass are the only way how to run Scrum. No. I'm saying that this is how I work with Scrum now. Let's get started. Oh yes, if you are interested to learn more about Scrum, to see if this career is for you, in the description of this video you can find the free access to my 30-minute Scrum course. I hope you will like it, and thank you for watching.